I just wanted to make this video to say thanks to all the people who support me in not just the things that I say or the ideas that I have, but rather uh, the example I'd like to make is the video I made earlier about the teaching company. And it's not about supporting me, it's about supporting the idea of freedom of education. And that it just had the people on a couple comments that people said that that they would pass it around word of mouth, and uh, it's good to know that people care and that these things are important to people, because something I forgot to mention in that video was that the email I received this morning, it said when I had spoken my mind about the situation, the person said, "I'm sorry you feel that way. We are a business, and we're in business to make money." And that was the first line of the email. And I guess that really just hit me hard. It's the reality of the situation. It's the truth. We know people are in it to make money. But if money is your first and foremost part of your, comment, if money is the driving factor, you're in the wrong place with education. Unfortunately, today it's the right place for a lot of people because it is a racket. Education is a racket. And but I guess I just wanted to say thanks for the people who actually care, who care about these things, because we live in a world now where we can speak our minds, where I can make a video here, and although I'm just one guy talking from my backyard, people hear it and they pass the word on. So while this one person may think that they're solving their problems by putting a copyright strike on one video, they could lose thousands, if not millions of dollars in the long run if word of mouth just gets passed around. And this is how companies have to be liable for their crappy, not only products, but their crappy demeanors and attitudes towards business. And I think it's a phenomenal thing that the internet's here, because if I go out to buy, if I want to go buy a new camera, if I want to go buy a new car, if I want to go buy anything, I can look up the reviews from real people. And you can tell which reviews are obviously put there, just the ones that where somebody goes on for, 15 paragraphs about how great this thing is and describes every little aspect of this computer and why it's so great. People don't care. They don't spend that much time propping it up. They say they like it or they don't. And so in other words, yeah, there's a lot of BS reviews on things, but you can generally find out what's good and what's not by listening to the way people talk and their demeanor towards it. And people can no longer hide behind words on a paper. People are speaking, and when a person speaks, you get their true emotion, you get their true feelings. And I guess it's just good to know that I know that I'm in it. The people who I associate with online, let's say the people who's maybe a lot of my subscribers are the kind of people who are all about education and learning and passing on knowledge. So of course they're more likely to stand up for their, for the little guy who just wants to learn. But the more I thought about this situation of this copyright thing, I realized I just felt more and more like I wasn't in the wrong, and if I was in the wrong, the apology should have been enough to, ease the pain of this one video that I uploaded that just ruined their $1 million company. But that's the whole point, is that I can speak about these things and people will hear it. And when they see these great courses, lectures, they might think, oh, I remember hearing about that. Those guys are all about money. And by realizing that, these are the things that are going to change society over time, is people speaking up on these issues, which is why I don't just let things go and just move on until I've made my point. Sometimes people, family, friends, whatever, might ask me, why do you care about this particular thing, whatever it may be? Why not just let it go? And I say I do let it go. I never hold things in or bottle up any type of anger or emotion. I don't hold resentment. I just speak my mind, and that's enough, because my emotion comes out, my thoughts come out through my verbal, my words, man, my words. So, me being this guy, people have an obligation, if they're making money, to be responsible in their business practices. I've had people approach me with that same type of attitude by saying that as if I owe them something, They'll say, you should do this in your videos, or you should do that, or you shouldn't say this, or you should say this. And I say, fuck you. I'll say whatever the hell I want, because I'm me. I'm a free spirit. I'm a human. I don't answer to no motherfucker. I just don't care. And, generally I save my curse words for when it really matters, but that's really how I feel. Because I come across as this very passive person to a lot of people, and they mistakenly think that I'm very, that I'm going to take shit from people, and I don't take shit from anybody. I never have. I'm very outspoken, and if people don't like it, then they can fuck right off. And that's how Carpo feels about speaking out. I don't owe anybody anything because I'm not making money off of my YouTube channel. See, on the other hand, let's say I was making a product or I was selling a spiritual course. Now then I would expect to be reamed. I would expect to be questioned and told this is true or this isn't true, or prove this or prove that, because I would be in the business. But even when I'm involved in business, I'm not profit driven. All I want out of life is to make enough to feed my family and to be happy, and really I wouldn't be driven to make any profit whatsoever if I didn't have to support my family and myself, And there's a big difference between not being driven to work and not being driven to make money, because I like to work, I like to do things, and I like to teach, and I like to learn, and I know money is involved in these things, and that's the reality we live in, because I'm not one of those guys that says we have to abolish money, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We just have to learn how to harness it and use it like a tool, just like a knife. You kill people, or you can help people. So whatever we choose to do with our education is our choice, I guess. But I'm using my education to see through the bullshit in what the education system is presenting as education and call the bluff. I guess one of the examples would be when my son turned 18 and we had to decide, should he go to college or shouldn't he? A lot of parents make that decision. For me, it was like, what does he want to do? Does he want to go to college? I'm not going to sit here and say college is a waste of time. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's necessary either. But my point being that each person makes a personal decision to how much they want to learn, what they want to learn, and whether they want to buy into what they call an education. Because kids aren't learning anything. And I feel like these great courses lectures would have had a lot to offer society, and they probably do. So if anybody does have an opportunity, I do urge you to listen to them. Just don't buy them. It's that simple. If you want to spend the money, go for it. So those are Carpo's words for the evening, and it's a damn beautiful evening. Oh, man, maybe we should go on a little tour. Am I going on a tour? Get out of here, kitty. Make me trip over you. So we've got this apple tree in my neighbor's backyard. Wait, is that no, that's a cherry tree, isn't it? Dude, there's the apple tree. That's the one my tree here fell in. This tree fell down last in the ice storm, or the windstorm, and it cradled right into that apple tree right there. Didn't crush the fence or anything. Over here we've got some awesome terpenes. This is Daphne, and phenomenal smell. It's kind of like jasmine and lilac combined. It's even sweeter though. It's one of my favorite smells. So, have a great day, everybody, and do your best to be outspoken, even if you're not the kind of person who does a lot of talking about things. If you maybe have I know a lot of people have a low self-esteem, and they're afraid to be on camera, and they're afraid to speak their minds. Don't be, and don't give a shit what other people think about you, because you'll find people who care, and you'll find people who want to learn too. And I've heard a lot of people say things like, I really want to make videos, but I'm just not very good at talking. But you get better over time, and the more people that are speaking out on things that are important, the happier we'll be as a society. Of course, I can only determine what's important to me. So it has to be the greater whole, the collective awareness of society to tell us what's right and wrong. And I can see no right in extreme profit on people's education. I think it's a sin if there ever was one, and a shameful thing. So spread that knowledge, peeps. Much love.